guys, it's Anissa. Welcome back to my channel. I am super excited for today's video because we are going to be doing another haul, which is one of my favorite videos to not only watch but also to film. If you are in the mood to binge watch, of course, after you watch this video, I'm going to leave a little card right up here that way you guys can go binge watch some other hauls that I have, and I have a whole lot of other playlists that I will link down in the description box. I am VIB Rouge, which means that I got the 20% off on the sale, and I want to say, first and foremost, I realize this is a lot of makeup. I also want to say that I paid for probably 80% of it, so a lot of it I paid for myself. I love doing this, and I really just wanted to take this sale as an opportunity to kind of pick up some new products and definitely give me a lot more variety to use in my videos, because I kind of feel like I'm at a place where I feel really stuck using the same products. Go ahead and grab a snack because, like I said, this is going to be a long one. I know that much, and if you're interested to see what I got, then keep on watching. But before we go any further, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe. It helps me out so much. It lets me know that you guys like the content that I am putting out. But anyways, let's get into it. This is the first box, bigger than my entire head. We're gonna be here a while. Like a lot of the stuff that I got was complexion based, because if you guys didn't know, now you know, complexion is absolutely my favorite part of makeup. I will splurge on anything that has to do with complexion. I'm just going to kind of grab what I see first. So the first thing that I picked up is this Marc Jacobs Remarkable Full Coverage Foundation Concentrate, and I got the color 82 Cocoa Light. I've heard a lot of really good things about this foundation. I don't really have a lot of super high-end luxe foundations. I used to be somebody who was just like, oh my gosh, why would you pay that much for a foundation? This is what the packaging looks like. They do not have a whole lot of shades. This is actually a lot smaller than what I thought it was going to be. It looked a lot wider in the picture than it does in person, but I'm hoping that this is a match. I have a lot of full faces of makeup, which are my favorite videos to film. This claims to be instant full coverage, all day weightless wear, and it says less is more. So I'm super excited. Some of these products are super new. A lot of them are older, but if they're super new, I might just do a whole video for just it. Next, another foundation. If you guys didn't know, one of my favorite foundations is the Fenty Beauty Soft Matte Pro Filter. So I wanted to go ahead and pick up the Hydrating Longwear foundation. This is the squeezy tube. I was very reluctant to get this when it first came out, just because I feel like I say this in every video, but just in case somebody new is watching. I have pretty oily skin. I mean, it's combination and it gets really dry in the wintertime, but for the most part, it tends to be really oily. And when I first started doing makeup, I kind of fell into the part of YouTube and this stigma that I could only use products that were mattifying and would control my oils, and it really kind of put me at a disadvantage because I was not able to try a lot of really good foundations that I love now that aren't specifically for non-oily skin, just because I was afraid to try them. I know a lot of people with oily skin that love this stuff, and this also claims medium to full coverage, long wear, and light. This is probably one of the products I'm the most excited about. This is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer, and I just picked up the color Medium Dark 2 Caramel. I have started to carve my eyebrows out with pot concealers, and I absolutely love the way it makes my eyebrows look, and why I have started to use a pot concealer versus a liquid concealer. Around your eyebrows and even all over your face, you have super tiny hairs that you can't see, but it's definitely more prominent on your eyebrows, just because if you're somebody who grooms them, they don't stay groomed for the whole 2 weeks. They start to grow out after you groom them. You need something thicker to kind of get those hairs under control. And also, it just makes the carving out of your brow look even more prominent. I've been using the NYX Full Coverage Concealer, and I've also been using the Benefit Boing Concealer, which I had previously said in a video that I didn't like, but I've started to use it and it's actually really growing on me. I've heard nothing but amazing things about this one. I have heard nothing but amazing things about this, and it's funny because I've tried the liquid version of their concealer and I really was not the biggest fan of it, so I'm hoping that this turns me around, because this is actually the first NARS thing that I have in my collection right now. I shouldn't say first, but the only thing that I have right now. Really haven't heard much about this powder, but I wanted to go ahead and try it. This is the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder, and I got the color Translucent Deep. I have been on the hunt for my perfect loose setting powder, and I definitely hope by the end of using all of these powders that I purchased that I will find one. I really haven't heard anything about this powder, and like I said, I do try some products that not everyone talks about. I feel like it'd be so cool if I found like a hidden gem that I feel like I've heard no one else talk about, because that's how we get recommendations, is people try stuff that nobody else has tried before. Next, for powder, I have 2 more in this box. My absolute favorite line that I have found as a trio as far as like foundation, concealer, and powder has been the Too Faced Born This Way. I absolutely love the foundation, love the concealer, and I love the pressed powder. So I was like, I might as well try the loose powder because I'm on this hunt, right? So this is the Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal setting powder, and I got the color Translucent Deep again. The packaging, guys, literally everything. I don't know if this is gonna be too dark for me because I'm looking at it and it looks a little dark, but it also could be a perfect color. I'm hoping I find one for all over the face, and even to find some new ones for the under eye would be really fun. If you guys are looking to try a high-end foundation or concealer, Too Faced Born This Way is definitely the way to go. I'm somebody with oily skin. I have not tried the matte Too Faced foundation, but I have tried the regular one, and it is one of my favorite foundations. It's absolutely amazing. The concealer, super full coverage. It comes in so many different colors. I'd be surprised if they didn't have yours. Just a little recommendation for you. This is the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. My favorite foundation stick that I have ever tried, which I don't think I've ever used on this channel because I've had it for a very long time, is the Hourglass foundation stick. It's absolutely amazing. It's so lightweight, but it's so full coverage, and that's what I absolutely love about it. The color just translucent. I don't think they even have a different color. But y'all, look at how bougie this packaging is. I feel like royalty holding this, and it is translucent. I'm just hoping to find my perfect love. I have ones that I like now, but I want to have a couple different ones that I love. Kind of like with my skin, I like to have more than one moisturizer, more than one face wash. That way I can rotate. That way my skin doesn't get too used to stuff. I hope I love it as much as I love the foundation, and I'm gonna have to use that in a Shop My Stash one of these months. I actually picked this up at TJ Maxx, and I was so surprised when I saw this, but I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it in here. This is the Milk Makeup Matte Bronzer Stick in the color Blaze, and I was actually contemplating if I wanted to pick this up during this sale. But now that I'm looking at it, I mean, it is really close to my skin tone, but I feel like that'll be really good for a nice natural bronze. Some stuff I did not even purchase because I was so afraid that it was not gonna be even close to a match to me, and sending makeup back is a lot of work. This must be a newer shade because they didn't have a swatch for this on Sephora. Hopefully I like this because I've heard of other girls with lighter skin say that they like the lighter shade in this. So hopefully the deeper formula is just as great. First, concealer. This is the Clinique Even Better All Over Concealer and Eraser, and this is just in the color WN Deep Honey. The reason I picked this up is because I also absolutely love the Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation, and this is supposed to be a concealer to pair up with it. It's not necessarily made for the same line, but I really thought that I would like this, and the packaging is so super cute. I'll show you guys up close and everything, but I went with WN because everything else that was around it was either neutral or cool that was around my skin tone, so this is the closest thing that I could get. I think I bought the Too Faced Hangover Primer in my last haul, and I still haven't gotten around to testing it out yet, but I wanted to go ahead and pick up the setting spray along with it. It just claims to be super hydrating. You can apply it after makeup, before makeup, after makeup, and also to refresh. And this is a 4 fluid ounce bottle. It looks absolutely huge. Too Faced has some of my favorite packaging. It's just so cute. I have 8 setting sprays right now, and I just don't think that's enough. All the ones that I do have, I either have repurchased or they're about to be gone. I still haven't tried the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. It still is in a drawer waiting for a full face to be put with it, but I went ahead and just went on a limb and picked up the setting spray, Party All Night, Stay All Day. Claims to prime and set for up to 16 hours, but I love the gold top with the kind of soft matte blurred bottle. With setting sprays, I'm really not that picky. I'm only picky if I can tell that my makeup looks bad because of the setting spray. This next product, I kind of feel a little silly for buying because I thought that it was just a super full coverage foundation. This is the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops, and I got the color G Deep 2. This is how big it is, which isn't bad, but I just saw it and I figured it's really hard sometimes to tell how big stuff is, especially when it all looks the same size on your phone. You add this to a foundation to either give it more coverage or to correct the color of it, which is actually pretty nice if you think about it. Well, this is like a perfect match. I want to try this on its own just to see how actually full coverage it is, but I feel like this is going to remind me a lot of the NYX Total Drop foundation. Having a thin formula with full coverage is absolutely the way to go. It's the best. I absolutely love the Sephora lip liner in the color Hot Sauce, so I figured it would only be right for me to pick up another color, and this is in the color 15 Rosewood. Oh yeah, this is beautiful. This is more of a pinky reddish, almost brownish nude. I feel like I'm really gonna like that. I also bought the Sephora, this is a matte lipstick. It just says Rouge Lipstick, and it's in the color Yum Yum. It has these snickerdoodle, I don't want to say snickerdoodle, they're just cookies, but the packaging itself is this beautiful, deep brown nude. So I'm very, very excited to see what this looks like. Last in this box, I was very excited to get my hands on, but the packaging looks a little questionable. This is the Kat Von D 10-year anniversary brush collection, and this was actually on sale before I got it. So it comes with 5 different brushes. There's a powder brush, a contour brush, a big powder brush, small concealer brush, and then a foundation brush. I absolutely love the handles on these. Super, super pretty. I think I'm really going to love this brush right here because I have found that with some loose powders, they just don't work well with the sponge. I got them for a really, really good price, but I'm pretty sure that they're completely sold out now. Before we get into this box, I just want to say, here's the best way to kind of play the system as far as the VIB sale goes. If you are a Rouge, you get free shipping no matter what. You can order something that's $10 and you get free shipping. I know with one of the levels, I'll put the name of it right here, you have to order at least $35 worth of stuff, get the free shipping. But if you have the free shipping and you are somebody who has those Beauty Insider points, you cannot combine the Beauty Insider points with the 20% off sale. For 2 of these boxes to just have 1 item in them, and that is because I picked out an item that would save me more money to use the $10 on than it would to use the $20 on. For instance, if you're buying something that is $100, it's gonna be better for you to do it with the 20% because you're gonna get $20 off. Anything $50 and under, the 20% is going to equal the $10. A product that was $20, I just bought that by itself and I put my $10 in the basket and I got that item for $10, which is 50% off. I'm gonna go ahead and open this box up. It feels pretty heavy, so I think this is one of the fuller ones. And I have another box coming tomorrow. I'm just going to pull what I see. First thing I see in here is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray. This is a newer product, and what made me want to buy this is my favorite primer right now is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip. It's super, super amazing. So when I saw this, I was like, add to cart. I didn't even have to think about it. It looks kind of separated at the top, so I'm guessing that I'm gonna have to shake this, but I wonder what all that is at the top. I hope it's not oil or something. It says that it has 2 phases to it. It's a biphase, so I'm guessing the green is a phase and the blue is a phase. Grip makeup and doubles up as a refreshing face mist. So I bet you this is more of a primer mist than a setting spray. I have been wanting to try this product for years, and every Sephora I go into, they don't carry a lot of Bobbi Brown section. This is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. It's an all-in-one primer and moisturizer, although I definitely will be moisturizing anyways. It's winter time. I'm just trying to get my skin kind of prepped and ready for the cold months. This smells very skincare based to double up with another primer, just because this says it's a primer, but I feel like it's not really going to be pore filling, which is something that I definitely need. This is the only repurchase I have in here. This is the Anastasia Brow Wiz Skinny Brow Pencil, and I am in the color Ebony. I ran out of it a really long time ago and never repurchased it, and this is something that I will splurge on just because it's that good. Another good alternative for it is the Wilma Beauty, but I'm pretty sure that's kind of in the same price range as this. Bobbi Brown Highlighting Powder, and this is in the color Bronze Glow. I have heard so many darker complexion girls talk about this highlighter. A lot of the highlighters that I have tend to have a lot of, I don't even want to say glitter, but fine shimmers in them. I feel like this is just straight up highlight pigment. There's no glitter in this. It is just naturally this gleaming and beaming. I feel like I don't really hear a lot of people talk about Bobbi Brown now. I was very, very hesitant to buy this, and I will tell you why in a second, but this is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Complexion Perfecting Micro Powder, and I got the color Deep. It looked a little too neutral for me, but I was like, you know what, we're just gonna try it out, which I think it's so funny because this is pretty pricey for it to be this small. I mean, it's pretty tiny compared to that $55 bronzer that is about 3 of these. Not 3, maybe 2. I like to over exaggerate. This is definitely winter Anissa. Anissa or even under eye Anissa, but this is not full face Anissa unless I have a super dark foundation on my face. Fenty has slowly yet surely become one of my favorite brands all around. I have not tried anything from there that I do not like. I wanted to go ahead and pick up this Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer, and I got the color Teddy, which I'm hoping is not too light for me, but I didn't want to go super, super dark. This looks like my skin tone. I might have to return this one for a darker one, which is why I'm opening these up now. But we'll have to see. I'll have to try this out. But this looks very close to my skin tone. I feel like if I went one darker, then I would be good. I do like to contour before I do my foundation, which is why I was so excited. I can easily say that this next product I am the most excited about. This is the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. Very, very heavy, but look at this packaging. If I could put me in a palette, this would be it. Although I will say this is definitely the most expensive eyeshadow palette I have. I'm not beating myself up because I did get it 20% off, but still to pay $100 for an eyeshadow palette, I want it to be a favorite, but if it's not a favorite, then it's not a favorite. And I like how it's really not intimidating because a lot of the colors are neutral warm tones, but then you have like a couple blues in here and some greens and a couple of reds. So everything is really practical and you could easily just put a pop of color with anything in here. For the longest time, I'm somebody who has not believed in specifically makeup brush cleaner. I've always used either Dr. Bronner soap or I've used shampoo that I use on my hair. But I've heard a lot of really, really good things about the Beauty Blender Solid Cleanser. I was not going to buy the liquid because it is too expensive to just waste like that. I feel like I would get a lot more out of the solid. And it also comes with a silicone brush mat, which I already have one from e.l.f. that I really love, but we're gonna see. This is just a mini, but this is the unscented kind, and I'm definitely going to tell you guys how I feel about this. Some foundations, some concealers, cream products that are very, very stubborn and are very hard to get out of makeup brushes sometimes. Maybe I will give this a chance, and if it's something that I feel like is worth spending the money on versus a shampoo or a face wash or Dr. Bronner soap, then I will let you guys know. These were already on sale before I bought them. These are the Sephora Cucumber Eye Masks, and I just got 3 of them because they were $2 a piece, and the only ones they had left were the cucumber ones, and these claim to soothe and depuff. I think I accidentally bought 2 of the same thing, which is fine because it was on sale anyways, and I'll use it. Sephora Base Tinted and Cooling Eye Primer, and this is in the color Shimmer, but I meant to buy this one, which is in the color Matte, but even this looks a little dark. But if I end up sending other products back, I'll send this back just because I'm not going to send this back on its own. These were also on sale before the sale, and you get a lot of product in here. This looks like a travel size, y'all, but it's not. This is the Cover FX mattifying primer with anti-acne treatment, which is what really kind of drew me in besides the mattifying part, because I am somebody who's really big on mattifying primers, but I've kind of moved over more to I prefer a smoothing poreless primer. Also from Fenty Beauty, this is a gloss bomb. I have the clear one and I absolutely love it. It's really, really thick, but this one is in the color Hot Chocolate, and I didn't realize it had as many glitter specks in it as it does, which honestly really does not bother me. It's just a nice chocolatey topper. I just got a little one of the Kat Von D liquid lipsticks, is in Bow and Arrow. I tried to get smaller lip products just because if I can't see them in person, it makes me really hesitant to buy a full size of it. But this looks like a more pinky, lighter nude color. Another contouring product, this is the Huda Beauty Tantour Contour and Bronzer Cream, and this one is in the color Medium, which you can see this medium is very deep, which is a good thing because a lot more skin complexions can use it, which is also something I was very, very impressed about when I saw the swatches for these. Very sleek and thin. This is gonna be gorgeous. I like a warmer bronze. This specific product I have been going back and forth about purchasing ever since it came out, and I finally just decided to grab it. This is the Huda Beauty Topaz Obsessions eyeshadow palette, and it's just a little mini palette like this. Very practical. It has a mirror in it, and these are just my tones right here. I feel like the only one I really will not use is this middle one. This is something that I saw a lot of different swatches for, and in different lighting it can be very deceiving. A lot of eyeshadow palettes are like that. This is an Anastasia Beverly Hills eyebrow brush. They're my favorite eyebrow brushes besides the Morphe ones I really like. Eyebrow brushes are something that you can tell when they're starting to get dirty because it kind of affects the way the product goes on. And then the last thing in this box, this is the Natasha Denona Glow Gold Shimmer Duo. So this is supposed to be a highlighting duo, and I really do not buy a whole lot of face palettes. They can be wasteful depending on what colors in them you like, but I actually liked both of the colors in here, and It was on sale. It's a little busted though. It has a mirror in it and the colors are really, really pretty. I definitely favor this one more than this one. Okay, so I might have lied like just this much because I thought my last box that was coming, what would have been yesterday, was my smallest box. This is the last box. We're not gonna waste any time, sissy. Just grabbing from the top, the first thing that I picked up was this Huda Beauty Face Sculpt and Shade Dual Ended Contour and Bronze Complexion Brush. A couple of contour products, you actually have to put a brush into them, and I didn't feel like any of the brushes that I had would be great dipping into products. 90% of the stuff in this box is complexion, and I bought a lot of things together, so I'm going to try my best to mention things together. I wanted to try this Milk Makeup Blur Liquid Matte Foundation, and I got the color Golden Deep. I really just like the packaging, which I used to never be one of those people, but I definitely am now. And how I match myself with all the foundations is Sephora's shade finder is actually pretty decent compared to some other websites. What I did was I used my Fenty Beauty Match, my Huda Beauty Match, and then my Estee Lauder Match, and I put both of those in to see if it would give me the same color for each one, and pretty much every single time it did. Along with that, I went ahead and grabbed the Milk Makeup Blur and Set Matte Loose Setting Powder, and I actually got this in the color Translucent Deep. This is huge. How am I ever gonna use all this stuff? Before I overwhelm you guys with more complexion, we're gonna switch it up a little bit, and I picked up 3 different things from Patrick Ta, which I've never tried any of their stuff, but I've heard a lot of good things, especially as of recently. The first thing I got was this Patrick Ta Silky Cream Liquid Lipstick, and this is in the color She's Confident. It's a little bit lighter than I expected, but I honestly think that I'll end up liking it, especially if I pair it with a darker lip liner. But I've heard that the formula on this is really creamy and comfortable, so hopefully it does me right. I really went out on a limb here, especially with this blush. This is the Patrick Ta for Face Monochrome Moment Velvet Blush, and I got the color She's Passionate, which is a bright, bright pink. They had swatches on darker girls and they looked beautiful. I also went ahead and got this Patrick Ta Major Headlines Double Take Cream and Powder Blush, and this is in the color Oh She's Different. I've never used cream blush, I've always used powder. I liked the premium color in here better than the color down here. They're honestly both really pretty, but I want to go ahead and give this a shot. I went ahead and grabbed the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, which is something that's so not like me, but I got the color Medium Dark 4. A lot of girls that I know that have oilier skin and really like this foundation, and the packaging is so beautiful. It claims to have skin recognition pigment for the truest color match. With that foundation, got the light reflecting setting powder, and this is the color Sunstone. I really like that color too. It seems to be on the warmer side, so I think that'll be really, really pretty underneath the eyes, but I think it'll be a little bit too light to use all over the face. This is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation, and this is in the color Medium Deep 4. She's a lot thicker. Look at how chunky this is. It looks so slim on the website, but these are supposed to be the pretty much same color. Hi. You get more product in this one than you do in this one. I grabbed 2 things from Fenty. I thought it was about time that I picked up the Instant Retouch Primer because I love the foundation so much. I have yet to try anything from Fenty that has disappointed me. So this is just what it looks like. It's the same packaging as the foundation, and I'm pretty sure this looks the same size as the foundation too. I was feeling very different this day. I got the Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Blush in the color Rose Latte, and I heard a lot of people say these are actually a lot smaller than what I expected it to be, especially for the price. This looks like a travel size. It's super, super small, but the color in here is so gorgeous. If you guys have been with me for a while, you know one of my favorite loose powders is the Pat McGrath Sublime Loose Setting Powder. This is the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation, and I got the color Medium Deep 26, and then I also picked up the Sublime Perfection Concealer, and this is in the color MD23. This is like the perfect shade. I love foundation. It's kind of like a little flip up and has a pump. Thank God it has a pump. I do know that this claims to have a medium coverage to start with, and then you can build on it from there. This is another full line where I bought the powder foundation and the concealer. For years and years and years, I have heard so many good things about Kat Von D Beauty, KVD Vegan Beauty, and I used to hear people always talk about it, but when I didn't have the money to buy high-end makeup then. I didn't have a job. I was super young. I heard so many things about the Lock-It foundation that everybody knows and loves, but when that whole scandal went went through with her, I mean, her brand basically was going to go bankrupt because it was put to her name. When someone else bought it and it finally became KVD Beauty, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the perfect time for me to try it. So this is the KVD Lock-It Foundation, and I got the color Deep 76. And I've always been so in love with the packaging of this product and the fact that it has a pump, Go Them, and it has a little bit of a seal on it. And then along with that, I actually recently just picked up the translucent loose powder. In my previous haul, I got the concealer also, and this is in the color Deep 33 Warm. I can't remember a time where I've ever bought a foundation concealer that were the same shade to match, just because for concealer, I'm not someone that spot conceals. I use concealer underneath my eyes. I also got the powder foundation, and this is in the color Deep Rich 2020, and this is the component. Okay, that is very, very different. I have never seen anything like that where the product is kind of caved in. It's sitting in the component like that, but that is very cute, and it has a mirror, and I'm pretty sure that this is supposed to be full coverage. Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage 24-Hour Foundation, and this is in the color 4.0. It looks a little bit lighter than me. I'm gonna have to trade this shade in because this is way too light. This one's way too light. Oh yeah. I'll be excited to try this when I get the right shade. Another very, very oldie, but supposedly a goodie. Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover Foundation, and this is in the color Y513. That's a good match. It's just a little bit warmer than I am. It just looks very warm in the packaging. And this claims to be medium coverage and it's supposed to be moisturizing. Okay, well, amen. I know Becca is very known for their highlighters, but they have been coming out with some complexion things. And I decided to go ahead and try this Ultimate Coverage Longwear Concealer, and I have the color Cedar. This claims to be full coverage, camouflage under eye. We're gonna switch it up a little bit. I have never heard of this brand, and if you have, then let me know. Flawless, and it's the Make Me Blush Velvet Blush, talc free, and this is in the color Phoenix. It says on the side it's clean AF, so I'm assuming that it's a clean brand. This box reminds me of the Mented Cosmetics box, their blushes. This has a little bit of shimmer in it, which I'm not a shimmer gal usually. I'm gonna try it. I will be brave and I'm gonna try it and I'm gonna do it. I think this is the only highlighter except for that other one that broke that I picked up. Anastasia Beverly Hills Loose Highlighter in the color Vegas. Not only am I in love with the actual color of this, but guys, it's the packaging for me. This is a little bit lighter than what I thought it would be. I'll go ahead and swatch it for you guys up close. The only other loose highlighter I have is from NYX, and it is very, very pigmented. If that's anything like this, I'm not going to need a lot to get even just a little bit of a glow. I have been on the hunt for very good carving out brow concealers, and the ones that I've tried so far, I like all of them really, but I wanted to get a more high-end one besides the NARS one that I have. Kevin Aquan, the Central Skin Enhancer, and this is in the color SK12. Now I will say the range on this was not very good. This is the only one that I saw that could even be a remote match. This is a very big, thick jar. I did not expect it to be this big. All of that is product. I actually heard about this from the Glam Twins. I always mention them. They were the first Black YouTubers that I ever watched on YouTube, and I still watch them to this day, but they really taught me how to do makeup. As far as my skin complexion goes, I'm actually beating myself in my own head for buying this foundation, but I want you guys to know I would never buy this foundation full price, ever, ever, ever. This is the Tom Ford Traceless Soft Matte Foundation, and it was in the color 9.5 Warm Almond. I'm not gonna lie, the component feels a little cheap to be $80. I also figured that this would be real glass, and it's not, it's plastic. Oh, what is happening? Oh, okay. But that is innovative. This is also way too light, so that's gonna also have to be returned. Woohoo! Love my life. Now I'm going to talk about 3 Huda Beauty products I bought. Overachiever Concealer, and I got the color Peanut Butter. Very, 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 very full coverage, girl. But look at how tiny it is. I'm a sucker. They finally came out with the Huda Beauty foundation in a stick form, and I just bought the same color that I have the liquid foundation in. Foundation sticks are slept on. They really are. This looks like a good color match. This is actually going to have its own video, I think, along with the new Water Jelly Hydrating Primer that they came out with. I've kind of just been on a roll with the hydrating products, especially when it comes to before putting on my makeup. I am trying to keep up on the new releases, y'all, but it's gonna be a little bit of backup because we got a lot to work with, okay? Hourglass Vanish Airbrush concealer. The reason I bought this is because I love the foundation stick, which I'm not even sure if the two are related. And I think I might have to return this. It's a little bit too light. It'll be one of those concealers that's like, girl, if you're tired, you need to pick me up, then this will be the way to go. I also bought this Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer because I love the foundation, and I went ahead and got 5W. My foundation shade is 6W, so hopefully this is pretty close. The last concealer in here is the Jouer Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer. It contains hyaluronic acid and it claims to have a soft matte finish. And I got the color Coffee, so she's a little chunky. The last blush that I got was from Bare Minerals, and this is the Gen Nude Powder Blush, and this is in the color You Had Me at Merlot. And you guys can tell I kind of try to stay in the same family color, but I feel like I kind of switched it up with some of the products that I used. If you guys are my skin tone and have some favorite blushes, please drop them down below, whether it be high-end or drugstore. The last product in here is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Matte Revolution Long Lasting Lipstick, and this is in the color So 90s. It's a lot smaller than what I thought it would be though. It's a lot more chocolatey, deeper than I thought it would be. I like matte lipsticks over regular lipsticks because they tend to have a little bit more lasting power. I will always put a gloss over it because I really don't like the way I look with matte lipstick on. We are at the end of this haul. Expect to be seeing a lot of full face and first impressions videos, a lot of new reviews. I'm tired and I'm hungry, and I didn't think this video would ever get filmed, so I feel quite accomplished. If you guys like seeing my haul videos, I do have a playlist I will link right up here. And if you guys are interested in binge watching any of my other playlists, I always leave them down in the description box for you. I wanted to mention, usually when I mention products in a video, I usually will leave a link with them. I'm not gonna have enough characters to link every single product, so I'll try to fit the names of everything, but I don't even think I'll be able to do that. If you guys like these videos and you like to see me, please give this video a thumbs up. It lets me know that you like the content I am pushing out, and I post every 4 days, so you never have to miss me for too long. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.